Okay, what you're looking at is my 1963 Honda Trail 55, also known as the Honda C105T. Just finished a complete restoration of the bike, and I'm going to give you a little tour around it, give you some information about it. We'll start by telling you that the engine is completely rebuilt, top end, bottom end. Runs like a sewing machine, shifts through the gears beautifully, and I'm going to start it for you here in a few minutes. Front fender, not a stock item, but it was an optional item offered by Honda. So I put that fender on there to kind of complete the look of the bike. What you're looking at there is the headlight bucket. That's new. That's an NOS part. You can get those for about 15 bucks in Hong Kong, but I used all NOS parts on this, or at least as much as I could, about 99% NOS. That cost me about 100 bucks. New spokes, re-chrome rims as stock rims. That's a rebuilt carburetor. Get you in close on that. Okay, the Upswept Exhaust. Now, those are extremely hard to find. That is a brand new Nos Exhaust System. That is sort of the centerpiece of the bike, and that's unique to the Honda Trail 55. C105T, I should say. The C105s have a down swept pipe. Tried to stay as close as I could to stock on this thing, and I've recreated the bike to look bone stock, as if when you bought it from the Honda dealership new. Okay, that is not an NOS seat, but that is an aftermarket seat that is so perfect and true to the original seat that I went ahead and bought it. I couldn't find a seat that looked as good. Everything is more or less used, and so that's one of the sacrifices I made, was that aftermarket seat, but it is a perfect recreation of the original seat. Okay, the rack, also not a stock item, but it was something that Honda offered, which was the chrome extra large luggage rack. I had that. I found that one and had it re-chromed. Added it to the bike to complete the look. Another thing you'll take note of is these little rubber plugs right there. That is where if the thing had come with turn signals, that is where they'd be. However, the Honda C105T came with the rubber plugs because it does not have turn signals. Those were incredibly difficult to find. Absolutely, almost impossible. I had to look for those like you wouldn't believe. And most of them that I had gotten were disintegrating or crumbling. So I had those two, found those two. Tough job, but it does complete the look of the bike. Okay, the shocks. Those are replacement covers for the shocks, both sides. Yellow, factory NOS. Again, tough to find, extremely expensive. Those were 60 bucks for the pair. And I think I forgot to mention that the exhaust muffler system cost me about 500 bucks. So nothing on this bike has been particularly cheap to do, but this bike is kind of special to me. It was my first motorcycle when I was 13 years old. Not this exact bike, but this model, this color. So this was a special project to me, and I did everything I could to bring this back to looking bone stock. I think this is probably as close as you're going to get to a brand new 1963 Honda C105T. I'll get you in here close on the the motor, top and bottom end rebuild, new piston, rings, seals, and gaskets. Got the little rubber tube, that was an NOS part. The ignition switch, new NOS ignition switch, that cost me 125 bucks. So you're kind of getting the idea here that this restoration was an extensive one. The motorcycle has about 4,700 miles on it. The speedometer doesn't show that, but the DMV paperwork says 4,700 miles, so that's what it is. I have a clear title on the bike. I'll give you a little up view here of the motorcycle. Everything works. Headlight, tail light, stop lamp, neutral light. Also, you'll notice the new handlebars and levers. Those are NOS handlebar grips and brake levers. Okay, the tires are new tires and inner tubes. Oh, another thing too that I forgot to mention was these little plastic Pebble Guards. Now those were stock with the Honda Trail 55, but everybody that most everybody that bought these motorcycles took them off. Okay, so I think that's about it on the walk around. I'm going to go ahead and start the bike now. The bike is bone cold, so it's going to be a cold start. Cold start usually takes about maybe 3 kicks. Once it's warmed up, put this on the tripod. Once it's warmed up, hopefully that doesn't fall over. Once it's warmed up, it takes about 1 kick to start. So let's go ahead and see what we can do here. Okay, choke is on, fuel is on. All right. So as you can see, it started in 1 kick, or 2 kicks, I'm sorry. It runs extremely smooth. So I'm going to do one more quick walk around here, and then we'll be done. All right, thank you very much for watching.